Hello everyone, this is Selkek, also known as Paulilia, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, KSP. This here is our space station hub that we have put in orbit around the planet. And so what we're going to be doing this time is bringing up a second module to dock. And we're also going to be designing a lift vehicle for future missions to the space station. The lift vehicle is going to basically be just a set of, bumped the microphone, a set of engines and fuel tanks with a mounting point on the top, and then whatever we need to send up, whether it be space station structure, crew capsules, what have you, gets stuck on top of the launch vehicle. And so we always use the same launch vehicle. I kind of been doing that with the satellite launches, but I always have to rebuild them every time. This time I'm going to just build the launch thing. I'm going to save that, and then every time get a different mission, I'm going to stack stuff on top of that. So we'll let us head back to the Space Center, and I'm going to do some building, and you guys can enjoy the music during the time lapse. So I will be back with you momentarily. Alright everyone, welcome back. So I've completed what I'm calling the YouTube 9 lifter. It's 9 because it's got 9 engines, 4 solid, and then 5 liquid fuel. Just in case you weren't, if you skipped the time lapse or you don't know what parts are, I got some lights here that are pointed up at the docking clamp, so as this is coming in to dock with something, should it be trying to dock with something as opposed to carrying something. I got some lights so we can see where it is. Little RCS thrusters, so some RCS fuel, the ASAS computer, electric battery. This is the actual drone Probodyne, what is it? The probodobodine octo. Yeah, I don't know. And then I put 4 solar panels on him, so that when the engines are dead, like if it's drifting through orbit, it can still get some solar power. Just enough to keep things going. And then the fixed, there's no detachment point here. This is the fixed body with the thrustering, or not the thrustering, they all thrust, the vectoring engine, so that it can maneuver in space, because as you see, there's only RCS on one end. And then attached is a little bit more. These are it's the same style of engine, but this one does not vector, and they have a little teeny bit more thrust to them. And you can see I've got separatron rockets, and I've got these fuel feeds, because all of the engines are going to fire at once. This thing is just going to activate everything and just go. And so these outer tanks are going to fill into the inner tank, so that once we detach these, we're still left with 3 full fuel tanks. That's the plan. And I used the big solid boosters here on the outside, and of course everything has got aerodynamic nose cones on it. So that's the plan. I'm going to lower this now. I just want these engines a little bit off the ground. We're going to come in and we're going to take this, and we're going to do that. That should hold it all up, I believe. Yeah, I think. So let me hit save, and let's just quickly go to the launch pad and make sure that this thing sits under its own weight before I start piling sensitive space equipment on top of it. Settles. Okay, it appears to sit under its own weight. Excellent. And we'll just lights. Okay. So we'll end that flight. And we'll head back to the VAB. VAB. Okay, dokie. So I am going to quickly slap on the first segment of the space station that we're going to be sending up. And I will bring you guys back once that is in place. Okay, welcome back, guys. This is the Habitation Module Alpha. As you can see, it's not very pretty, and it's also not independent. If you notice, I did not add in any sort of pod. I didn't add a probe or a crew capsule at all. It has an ASAS on it just because I thought it looked cooler. And it gave me a spot to mount the lights. And it's got ladders running along here, and it's got a docking clamp at this end as well as at this end. And so hopefully it will not tip over during flight, because it's rather large with these little crew pods on it. But it should be fine. I'm fully confident in my design. So let's launch the Habitation Module Alpha. Oh boy, guys. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're launching a module. Okay. So the trick is with launching a module like this is that, of course, we have to dock with the space station, which is at an altitude of just over 100 kilometers. So we need to get up to 100 kilometers. We want to be in a lower orbit so that we can catch up. As you see, it's already past us. So that's the target, guys, 100 kilometers, and it's a night launch. Where's the moon? Can we see the moon? No moon. It looks like... Let's check the map. Why is there no... Yep. Moon's on the other side of the planet at the moment, as is Minmus. Okay. that's fine. Well, actually, it's very close to moonrise. But, okay, that's enough stalling on my part. Let's throttle up most of the way. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh crap. I just realized that I did this wrong. So, mission failure. I forgot to move the end the flight. Yep, VAB. So we wasted some rocket fuel there. Luckily, the module itself was not damaged. These, I forgot to move these down with the engines launch. Of course. Okay, we're going back to the launch pad. Duh. Stupid mistake, rookie mistake. Fire the technician who forgot to reprogram the computer. Okay, throttle up most of the way again. Engage the SAS. And 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, look at that. A beautiful straight up launch. Quickly gaining speed. The fuel is burning at a good rate. Oh, look at that. No wobble, no spins. I knew this was a good design. Our solid fuel is almost empty. Solid fuel tanks, and our speed is still increasing. Excellent. Let's just come in and okay, we're still stuck in the thick upper atmosphere, or the thick lower atmosphere. We're getting there. We're getting there. So we've completely drained this top tank, and we're draining the middle two. Meanwhile, the center column is still full, just as planned. Okay, so we're up to, Rapopsis is up to 50. So I'm going to start a slight gravity turn. Just kind of nudge it in the right direction. Stay on that 90 line. Bam. Okay. So, our apoapsis is pretty large. And it's going to shrink down a bit because we were still in the atmosphere. Okay. So, it got a little high. That's okay. Let's add a maneuver for a full burn. We want to get our periapsis up. Okay. So that's that node. Let's use a little bit of RCS. So it's estimated 1 minute. We don't know if it's actually going to take 1 minute, so I'm going to start burning at T-minus 40 seconds. And we're probably going to drop these very soon, I would imagine, if they're not already empty. Let the computer figure out. Okay, so these tanks are all empty. So we have no reason to carry them around. Turn RCS off. And let's double check. They're empty. Okay, and they're gone. Get out of here. We'll cycle the SAS. And throttle up. Okay. So this burn is going to take longer than anticipated because we lost those extra engines. But I feel fully confident that we will, of course, make it just fine. We're going to leave the maneuver node just because it's got a good indication of our meters per second on it. Tilt up just a bit. Is that helping at all? Yeah, perhaps this is not climbing fast enough, so we are going to pass it. But that's okay. I am fully confident in this lifter's ability to enter orbit. Alright, we're down to the last fuel tank. No worries though, we're more than halfway done with this burn. We don't need a lot of fuel, that's the thing. Ooh. At least I hope we don't need a lot of fuel because we might come up short. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's it. Trying to use RCS fuel. To burn us the rest of the way is not going to happen. There's no way the RCS is going to get us up there. Or if it does, it's just going to use all the RCS fuel we have. Oops. Pushing the wrong buttons. I'm trying to get us towards that blue dot again. Okay, so at least we're not going to hit the planet. We're just going to enter the atmosphere and uncontrolled entry and burn up. Oh, didn't want to rotate. Get back on the blue dot. Okay, I've burned away a lot of the RCS and it's not gonna work. So we'll throttle. We'll time warp. Let's get rid of that maneuver, because it's not gonna work. And so we've entered the atmosphere. I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose so much velocity hitting the air that we're just gonna fall out of the sky. Yep. So Alpha, is not going to make it. Clearly, the YouTube 9 lifter is not powerful enough to lift something quite this heavy. It was looking good there at the start. I should have done a gravity turn sooner rather than later. It's fallen in ass first. And there's the moon, pleasant. As you can see now, it's just gonna smash into the ground. You can hear the air. It's thick enough now, it's slowing down. And it's gonna, like a lawn dart, come straight in and impact the ground. What survived? A little piece of the struts survived. Okay, catastrophic failure that time. It's okay, we'll try again. I'm going to make a quick change to the lifter, though. I'm going to try and sneak in here. I'm going to pull this engine off, and I'm going to stick one of these in there. And then I'm going to stick the engine back in as well. There we go. So, a little bit of extra fuel. Hopefully that will make the difference. So let's launch again. YouTube 9 lifter. Technically 1.1. Okay. And sunrise? Nearly sunrise. The atmosphere is lighting up, but the sun hasn't actually risen yet. So put that on, engage SAS computer systems, throttle most of the way up. Where did the space station end? Now the space station is behind us. So we want to enter a higher orbit and let the space station catch up, I guess. We will figure this out once we get into orbit. The trick is we want to make it into a stable orbit, and I want to, around here, about the middle way of the atmosphere, I'm going to engage the gravity turn. So 3, 2, 1, lift off. It's so beautiful watching this thing take off. It's such a perfectly straight line. So nice. Now we gotta get used to flying it. That's all we gotta do. All right, going up, going up, going up. Solid fuel is draining. The separatrons count as solid fuel, so that's why we now have 72 solid fuel left, is all the separatrons. Alright. Going up, going up, going up. Still gaining speed. Quarter of the way through the atmosphere. And our apoapsis is past 20 kilometers. We are burning up the last of that tank. Disengaging SAS and beginning gravity turn. And we're going to do a more aggressive gravity turn. like so. I heard those engines cut out, so that's that. Okay, we are up in space now, and we're going to be a little below it, but that's okay. Add a maneuver. 85, once, whoa, 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 whoa. I think that'll work. It'll be close enough. So we'll give a little bit of thrust. SAS, come on, push it, push it, push it. Okay, well, no thrust. Our orbital velocity is falling. Falling like crazy. Okay, so where are we? We're approaching. Let's just do a full burn. Now, just go. We need to accelerate as much as possible. And I'm going to disregard the blue dot and burn that way. As much as I can, as fast as I can. You know what? Let's get rid of the maneuver node. The maneuver node is not helping. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't need you. I was piloting spaceships back when you was just a baby calculator. Come on, come on. And I hit the apoapsis. Now we're starting to go down. But we're doing okay. We got half fuel-ish. I should not have stopped burning, is probably my issue. Come on. If I can just get the periapsis to around 100, that'll be close enough. I just need, you know, a tiny bit of fuel remaining so that we can get to the space station. Oh, here it goes, here it goes. We're getting close to magic time. Oh, look at that. I like how there's even the path inside. It's like, oh, I want to add a maneuver after I've crash landed. Okay, we're going to slow down. And good enough for me. Let's add a maneuver here. Apoapsis. No, we don't need a maneuver. Get rid of the maneuver. Okay, we are in orbit. We've got a little teeny tiny bit of fuel left. Nothing. 3/4 of a tank. So that extra fuel tank I added is the only reason we made it into orbit. Let's warp around until we can set things up. So I will be right back with you.